Welcome to East Tennessee Pinball. Today I'm going to try to fix this South Park once again. I did a video of this not too long ago. I didn't have to do a whole lot of work to it. I had this on route and the display gave out. And not sure why. First thing I assumed it was ribbon cables because they're always crappy. So I got a different set of ribbon cables. I've got a buddy that's got another South Park. So I grabbed his display driver and his cables. So I've gone through all that. I even put up got an old regular display, and it's doing the same thing. What it does when you first boot up, it will show like South Park 1.01 for just a second, and then it will go dead. And that's indicative. There's a service bulletin on U201. That chip right there. I don't know why it goes bad, but apparently that is the thing. Oh, that's 211. 201's down here somewhere. I thought it was. Yeah, that's it there. That chip there is prone to going bad, and the symptoms are exactly what I've got. So I'm going to pull this board, and I'm going to swap that chip if I've got one of them. And if not, I'm going to order one today. Well, I got that chip out of there, put it in my test meter, and look at that, HC273. So it's testing. It recognizes it. Doesn't necessarily mean it's good, but it sure doesn't mean it's bad. That sucks. The only other one of these that I could find is in this radio board. Doesn't look like the corrosion got down to this one. And I'll say this one has been swapped out before. Unfortunately, whoever swapped it, they didn't put it in a socket. So I've got to try to unsolder that without messing it up. I got that one out there using my shovel iron. It's big, so I can heat up one side at a time. And the legs were pretty splayed out because I got to rock it out. But I did get it out without totally tearing it up. It's still reading, so I don't know. I'm actually don't have a lot of faith that this is the problem, given the fact that that's showing it's good. But maybe, I don't know. I'm this far in. I might as well try to yank this chip out of here and give it a shot. This one may not be good, and by the time I get it out of here, I'll have heat stressed it considerably too. Anyway, I don't know. So that's what I mean about splayed out legs. I got that thing halfway off. I don't know. There's probably a better way to do this one I'm doing, but that side is completely free now. So I'm gonna do the same for the other, and try to get this out without mangling it too much more. Well, it's out. That leg's pretty badly cramped, and these are all bent over. First thing I'm going to do is throw it in here, chip reader, and see if this one reads. If this one doesn't read, then it's definitely bad. Well, I've made my first pass at cleaning these up. It's good enough to go into the meter. And we will see if this thing is going to recognize it. Not sure that's... I'm going to use 2 hands. Okay, got it in there. Not found. So either it was cooked or I cooked it. So the question is, do I spend the $1.23 for the chip and $10 shipping to try a chip that's not going to probably fix it, or do I just throw this in there and try something else? I don't know. This one's still showing. That one's still showing as good. Unfortunately, I don't have another one. I may look a little more. Well, I can't find another one of these. The kind of good news is this one that I pulled out the board, the original board that had the display problem. Sometimes when I put it in here, it works, and sometimes it doesn't. Now it's working every single time, so I can't show you it's not working. But trust me, occasionally, it's not finding it. That time it did. But anyway, so that gives me hope that maybe that it's got something there, or just a lack of continuity inside of it, or something. It's just not quite right. Good news is Marco's carries this, so I don't have to make a whole nother order. But I'm not ready to order from Marco's right now. I hate paying $10 shipping for a $2 part. I think Mauser had it for $1.20, but you know, I don't order from them as often as I do Marco's or Pinball Life or something. Pinball Life doesn't have it. I gotta order it ready to go at Pinball Life, but they don't have it. Parts drive me crazy. Y'all aren't gonna believe this crap. So, didn't have the part, but I went ahead and plugged in the display. That's the chip that I pulled out originally, and I put it back in there, and now it's working. So here's what I think. This story I'm saying. That chip, it likes to play sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. Through the act of desoldering it, mangling all those leads, the legs, mangling them back, I fixed that dang chip. It's now working because that's the only thing I've done to this board. I know I put these ribbon cables on. I promise you that was not it, because this is a brand new cable, and I tried this cable, and this came out of let's say brand new. I put this in a buddy of mine's game, but I pulled it out of the package like a few weeks ago. So that chip is suspect. It's getting swapped for a new one. But, so I think that confirms that was the problem, though. Thank goodness. So I'm going to put that on an order and put that chip in there, and I think that'll be the end of my issues on this dang board. I mean, I don't know. But the display's working. I'm going to hook up my LEDs, or my LED display, and see if that's what I'm sure it's going to be working too. Yeah, the color DMD is working great. So I'm ending this video here. I am ordering one of those. I'm not in a big hurry to get it. So next time I order from Marco's or DigiKey or Mouser or somebody, that's coming in there, and that sucker is coming out. But that was for sure. I'm 100% sure that's the problem. I say 99.8. I hate absolutes. They're always wrong. But anyway, hope you liked the video. If you do, like, subscribe, and beware of the U201 on the Sega Whitestar. Yeah, like I showed you, that other board that had all the corrosion, it had that one swapped sometime in the past also. So it's a real thing. Cheers.